Are you ready to learn printed circuit board design? I've been designing PCBs for 30 years, and I'm going to share my secrets with you.
Hi, I'm Steph Chavez, Senior Product Marketing Manager for Siemens. Welcome to this 5th PCB design best practice video, where we'll outline how to implement supply chain resilience and why it's important in today's environment. With all that's going on in the world today, when it comes to your design process and how you do things, we've got to throw the old way and evolve. And the way you do that is you got to implement supply chain resilience at the point of design. So the question is asked, why does it matter? It matters because the current methods today, as I stated, they're not inherent to the process for supply chain resilience. It's just not inherent in that process, in the methodologies how we did things, which led to schedule delays, higher costs, and longer schedules and higher risks. In turn, integrated sourcing and engineering collaboration by bringing supply chain information to the engineer's desktop, accurate, up-to-date component information in the enterprise library, early sourcing optimization decision with direct BOM integration. In this best practice pillar of design for resilience, there are several key areas to address: best known part availability, BOM validation, and validation of alternates. The problem is that we have siloed teams, legacy processes, and ineffective risk management. The roadblocks is the just-in-time approach is the current method of operation. Not sure how to address supply chain issues, and it's too much overhead to set up, implement, and maintain. The best practices for this pillar would be to implement an outside-in approach with supply chain intelligence by shifting left the best known part availability, BOM validation, and validation of alternate parts at the point of design. The second thing would be to remove barriers from siloed teams and to optimize operations and communications. The value you're going to get from these best practices are reduced design cycle time, reduced respins, intelligent part selections. Your BOM analysis will shift left at the point of design. You're going to have validation of alternates, which is automated and instant. You're going to have reduced process design loops, adaptability to market changes, and external supply chain touchpoints brought internally. Now let's take a look at a few examples for design for resilience.
One of the best ways to avoid supply chain issues is to empower the designer with supply chain knowledge, so that they can make informed decisions early and often during the design cycle. By defining the preferred suppliers that your company uses and prioritizing them, relevant supply chain information can be fed to users real time. Users can access the supply chain data at various stages of the design, during the schematic phase, all the way through to after a bill of materials has been created. During schematic creation, real-time risk alerts and risk ratings are displayed in the tool. By glancing at the status indicators for components, users can easily see if there is potential issue with a component in their design. For instance, if a component is out of stock at the supplier selected, or if a part has recently been obsoleted. When an issue has been identified with a component being used, a suitable replacement can be found by clicking on the entry. Suitable replacements from your preferred suppliers are listed and can be selected to replace the component with the issue. Data such as pricing, availability, compliance, and lifecycle data for all the components in the design is presented to the user as well. Additional information such as links to datasheets for components are easily accessible by clicking on the links provided. Once a design has reached a milestone, a customized bill of materials can be exported from the schematic with all the component sourcing data that was available in the tool, including links to suppliers, pricing, and lifecycle data. All of the same component sourcing data can be accessed from the data management via an integration with Find Chips. This allows users to browse component availability and filter the results several ways. For instance, having only in-stock components in the results, as well as filtered by supplier.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video series of value and were able to walk away with a better insight to PCB design best practices.